Hello, thank you so much for all your feedback thus far. I wanted to give you a little more insight. I know I mentioned last video the concept of narrowing in on what time of day we're the most productive as an individual, and I wanted to speak on that a little bit more. In case you've never heard or given much thought to this concept of what are my most productive, naturally have the most energy hours. It's such an important concept to get under grips. Whether you are self-employed or work for someone, this concept has really changed the way I've been able to get my work done. Because once you know the time of day that you have the most energy and get the most done, then you set up the systems to ensure that those are safe and protected times. So whatever time of the day that is, maybe take a pen and jot down. I know for me, my most productive time is right after I wake up, and then also right after my son goes to sleep at night. Those are the times that tend to be, I'm the most excited to actually work on stuff. The worst time is the afternoon hours. So knowing that, before I was aware of that, I would get like these spurts of energy during those times, but I would spend it doing laundry or doing things that aren't bad, but it's not the things I should be doing during like my peak energy times, like during that optimal time. So now I try to be a little bit better about looking at those times and, telling my husband, telling the people in my life about them so that when I set up systems and structure and boundary around those times, they can support me and advocate for me. Some of those systems you can put in place are just letting people know, like, every day during these 2 hours or these sets of hours, I'm going to be focusing on this thing. Like, A, don't bother me. B, will you keep me accountable? Another tool you can use, I'll try to put a link to it, but I think it's called Pomodoro, but it's this method of really focusing for 25 minutes and taking a break for 5 minutes. I do more like 45 minutes of work at a time, but this app I have actually does like a light ticking noise, and you think it would be aggravating, but it's not. And what it does is it really keeps me focused. So we'll have it running, and you choose one specific thing to be working on, and that's going to push you towards your bigger goal. And we can talk more about that later. But all you need to know for now is that you're focusing on one specific thing and you're trying to keep yourself from getting distracted from that, even if it's things related. So I'll notice what I'll do is I'll be working on that one project and then I'll think, oh, I better Google that. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm like Googling some random, and then I'll hear that ticking and I'm like, oh yeah, back to and literally it often will redirect me back like 5 different times. But what that does is really keep you on task. So whatever you need to do, whatever tools you need to put into place, whatever accountability, maybe you work best at home, maybe you work best at a coffee shop, but really for that time guarding it so that you're taking advantage of that productive time. And I find that if I take really those 2 hours of my day and I actually am productive when I do it, I probably get more done than if I spent, the whole day kind of multitasking and not focusing very well. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have heard of that concept before. Some people call it like a power hour or identifying that time of day. I would love to hear below what your time of day is that you're the most productive, and if you plan to safeguard it, like what safeguards you want to put in place so that you can be most productive during those times. Okay, look forward to hearing from you.